No time to play around. Welcome to another episode. I can't believe I've been coming out to this heavenly place for the past month. Well, let's say 3 weeks. Let's not say a month yet. Because seriously, I don't think it's been a month. But the amount of cleaning and the amount of bags I've collected from this one single location out here definitely makes it feel like it's been a month. Place is getting even better looking. What you know about that? You know what? I just realized I was on the wrong side of this humongous drop-off incline. Ditch. What you know about that? I guess that's, you know, you can let that pass. It's barely like 11 o'clock. You know, I'm just getting started out here. You know, it takes us a while to get going. You know, I'm going to have to be creeping down here slowly so I don't find myself rolling down the hill. Because it is steep and it is wet. It's been raining for like the past 3 days. And it rained overnight. And it's still kind of sprinkling and misting right now. Thank you, Lord, for this rain. We definitely needed it. I mean, we went about almost a month without some heavy rain. Or any kind of rain at all. But guys, I'll tell you something though. I kind of figured it was going to happen. I told you when I was getting those bags out of here the last time I was out here. Those 8 bags out here in the dark. I said it. The lack of rain is going to just last a little while. You know, it can't last forever. And it started raining exactly the time that I was predicting it to. On Wednesday. In the middle of the week. But the great thing is I made a little pit stop. I made a pit stop by the creek. Just hoping that they did not get high enough or rough enough to expose any major history. Or, you know, move things around. And they gave us exactly what I was asking for. A lack of major net tribulation. Now, why would I ask for something like that? Well, because I still have a little bit of a ways to go out here. I got to finish my duties of cleaning up this place. And it's probably going to be all of this weekend and half of next weekend. Yeah. I didn't want any disruptions. I didn't want my focus to be elsewhere. Besides trying to get done with this job out here. Man, look at that. Yeah, so they barely got about 6 inches deeper in the water. The waters of eternity. I saw that flow line where you can see where the leaves were wiped out. The leaves were moved out. You can see that fine line during the fall season within the creeks. And they barely did anything. But the perfect thing about it is they gave us the perfect amount of rain to nourish the landscapes. I mean, everything is soaking wet. Quite the workout coming back up in this thing. All you gotta do is follow the deer trails and you'll be all right. Combined with your human strength, you'll definitely be okay. Zigzagging through this thing. Man, getting an early start when it comes to the workouts out here. Oh boy. Just getting started. No, that's nothing. That's nothing. Ooh, beautiful, look at that. Welcome to heaven. It's going to be clear. A cold front is moving through. It's going to be in the low 70s today, and it's going to be in the high 50s tomorrow. There's no way we're getting done today. Every time I come out, I have a goal of getting done, but it never gets done. But there's going to come a point that we will eventually get done out here. You know me, I don't stop a job until it's done, no matter what. We came close last weekend. We did. But we will eventually get done. Who knows what's going to happen once I get that thing done out here. Yeah. At least people won't hear us with the damp leaves out here. People will never even know that we're up here cleaning or down here, whatever you want to think about it. Oh, look at that. Clouds are moving out. It was sprinkling this morning on the way up here. Look how fast those clouds are moving, though. I mean, they're so behind on the forecast, though. They said it was going to clear out last night. And it was going to be clear starting first thing this morning. As you can tell, that's not the case. It makes me wonder if they're going to be off with the forecast, saying it's going to be in the mid-70s today. What if they're wrong about that too? What if the temps just drop down to like 51 degrees right now? And I don't have any kind of jacket or anything with me, you know? I know how that balance is out here. I guess if that were to happen, the only way to stay warm is to what? Move as quickly as possible. You know, to break that sweat, you know, raise the heat within the body. Just like the balance right here in my left hand. That thing. I guess they're trying to tell me, or tell us, that we're going to find some more things that we're going to add to the cabinets at the Da Vinci pad, you know, and not the garbage can. Why do I say that, though? The last few times I've come out, we have found, you know, some glass objects, that kind of thing, some glasses, things worth recovering. We have found and collected those things, you know, not for use, but just for history's sake, but not ancient. Just little cool objects and stuff. I know you're laughing because you're saying they're the pipes and stuff like that, you know. And some other things, glasses, that kind of stuff. Is that going to fill the pocket? Well, let's hope it doesn't pierce a hole in the bag. Cobalt-ish blue. Yeah, but hear me out when I talk about this right here. This thing. I was on my way up here, you know, walking, getting ready to work my butt off out here. Had everything ready to go. Got 8 bags in my left pocket. But then I realized I forgot something. The extra little bag to carry the desirable things in. You know, the things worth not throwing away. Things added to the collection. And I forgot the bag. But the first thing that I came across in the woods, brand new, right here, a Walmart shopping bag. No, I've just been temporarily putting this stuff in here on my trek through here. But they gave me a bag to help us realize that we still will make some crazy collections out here. Let's take it as that, as a sign, you know, just as that. Man, this place is going to look tight when we get done with it. For real. Try not to forget anything at all. Try to see it all. And also try to see the all. Even when I'm in a hurry, I don't miss anything. Like when I had to force myself to try to get in another bag and a half last Sunday. I made it up to 8 with no hate. I'll tell you something though about this rain. And it has something to do with something else. Well, yeah, as you probably already know, our Warriors did not make it. They were booted out of the playoffs. Season came to an end. The Atlanta Braves season is done with, unfortunately. And I was praying so hard. But I know for a fact I can't have my cake and eat it too. Some of the time you can, some of the time you can't. Unfortunately, this is one of those situations where we can't. But we got something else instead. Something else that the entire state needed for the longest time. And it's called rain. It was almost like they were judging me with those desires of mine, you know? And I knew I was kind of doing wrong with what I was worried about. It seems like for a while, I was more worried about the Braves winning than I was getting it to rain out here or asking for the rain out here. I was more worried about that. And they gave me two different things. Well, they didn't really give it to us. They put it out on the table for us. You can either have the rain, or you can have the Braves winning, making it into the NLCS by beating the Phillies. Some things are more important. And they timed it perfectly. I went to my bedroom window. Hope you don't mind my little Da Vinci style stories, but I mean, once I figured out what was going on, I went to my window right before Game 3 started of the NLDS when I heard that the Braves were winning. I mean, they were winning the first inning, but they were losing after the fourth inning, down 6-1. And I went to my window and I said, let it rain. Because that's more important. I didn't want to be too selfish. It'd be nice to get in 8 bags, maybe 10. I mean, who knows what we're going to get up in this one. I'd say at least 3 or 4 bags worth once I get on the other side of this humongous hill right here. Right behind the male gazebo. And the parking lot too, where things can kind of blow down the hill, you know. I'll try to be careful with the mail though. All the junk mail and stuff piled up on the hill. There's got to be all that kind of crap on that hill, though. I know that for a fact. Beautiful. I'll tell you something, though. Another reason why I know we're not going to get done for like the next week or two. Well, because I looked back at Google Earth and I realized that one spot that I thought was a condo complex is actually an inset, an extension of the parking location for the complex up here. It goes on for at least another 3 acres on that other side. Who knows what's going to be on those hills? What a big mistake. I had no idea that was part of the complex, though. I might be out here for another 2 or 3 weeks. I'm already up to like 35 bags out here. Maybe even up to 40. Last weekend I had 17 bags. No, last weekend I had 8 on Sunday and 17 on Saturday. And that was just one single weekend. Got to keep tabs of what we're going to get this weekend. It's almost like I can't wait to find out. Man, this hill is crazy though. Look at that angle of the sun and the leaves right here. Look at that, man. Gorgeous. It's almost like a January morning. January afternoon at like 2 o'clock. Get a load of this thing over here on the side though. Let me go ahead and get these things up. What's up with the dang screens and stuff out here? This is like the 5th one in the past 2 weekends out here. It's almost like people just trash all their screens and stuff now. Yeah, this hill is crazy. I know you can't wait to see what it is. It's another character out here. It's way over there. I'm gonna have to kind of crawl to that thing. The things I get myself into out here, man. No matter what, we gotta get it all. And they'll lead us to the fun things. Get a load of this. You'll never believe it. We are just now getting started. This speaks the truth right here. Hold on, let me think about this, guys. They walk us into the most truth every time we do something like this. I'm at the top of the hill. Behind this, I guess it's like a storage place or whatever it is. I know you're saying, let us see it, let us see it. There's a lot of truth in this puzzle piece right here. How am I going to add this to the pocket and not break it? Look at what it has on it, what it says. Green machine. That's exactly what nature is. It's a green machine. I've always known that though. I've always known that. That nature is a green machine. But why do they have to make it into a puzzle piece though? Because that's the way they made it. Green machine. Thank you for the recovery out here. I'm going to hang on to this and not trash it. Besides, everything in my life is orchestrated. I was bound to find it. And you know that for a fact. All right, let's get over here. I'm trying to keep my balance. Trying to see who we got here. Who is this? One of those big head dolls, toys, whatever it is. Another character to add to the pile. Where's the face at? I guess that's the face. At first, I thought it was one of those South Park characters. But it's not. Another little toy. Look, they got the Wu-Tang necklace. Man. I know they're always listening to me in my videos. Who's that, Eminem? They got the mic too? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Hold on for a second here. I think it was last weekend or something like that when I was out here. Maybe it was the first weekend I was out here cleaning. And I was cutting up with them, saying nursery rhymes and stuff out here, talking about the garbage. I think it was one of those videos. And I was just cutting up, making a joke, and I said, I was nature's rapper. The heck is going on out here? Man, you guys crazy. Thanks for the gift. Yeah, once again, this is going to suck. For real. I might spend the entire day up in here. Even though I got 2 bags worth out here last time I was out here on Sunday. Man, look at those beautiful trees. They're colorful. Orange and scarlet colored. Mid-November. I mean, mid-October, excuse me. I'm trying to rush things. The bag weighs a ton. I didn't know how much coat hangers take up in the plastic bag, you know. And they're not even bulky. Looks like we might fill our first bag right here. Hold on, let me turn that thing around so it doesn't roll down the hill. Yeah, but guys, I just saw the saddest thing so far today. I know you're going to say, don't tell us. They're right up here. I thought it was a squirrel, but I turned around when I was assessing the damage up here. But up there about 50 feet, I saw something like, I thought it was a squirrel or something like that. But then I noticed it was like moving slower. And it's like a turtle. It's a little box turtle. It's like crawling off some plastic bags and stuff up there, man. That made me feel bad. Don't worry, baby. I'm about to come up there and clean that place up. You want to go say hi? I know you don't believe me. You think I'm just making things up. I need to get to cleaning, not trying to prove things to you. Man, this place is dang loaded down. Where's that thing at? They're gonna be camouflaged. Let's try not to step on them. If they roll down the hill, where the heck did they go? I guess turtles can crawl real fast. They were like right here. Yeah, with the wet leaves, you know they're gonna be camouflaged with their shell and stuff like that, man. What the heck am I doing looking for turtles? They probably ran hardcore. See, they run when we don't see them. When they know they're not being watched, they run. Yeah, that one, they're probably under here, man. A little box turtle. They're probably out here hanging out with their snake friends or something. Man, yeah, this place is just trashed completely. Let's hope I don't step on him coming through here, though. That's weird. Yeah, they took off. What a waste of time. I'm so happy to be able to spend a day out here, though. The weekend. Even though tomorrow's going to be a lot colder. Listen to them dropping acorns. I've already been hit on the shoulders a couple of times. Don't need to be looking up at the wrong time, you know. Hold on. That's one thing I thought about places like this. I mean, behind these storage units and stuff, I think they're like garages that you can rent out. I'm not sure. But, you know, people like to pile things in there. You know, the stuff that they own. So when they move out, things that they don't want to deal with any longer or take with them, they just toss it in the woods. Why do you think there's so much big crap out here I'm not going to be able to get out? No, I'm not talking about like the real garbage. I'm talking about like the bigger items. They're already decayed away though, but check this out. I moved it and something popped out. Hold on, let me get this thing. Yeah, no, there's a lot of big things out here. There's a pillow. Not touching it. Oldsmobile. Nothing. But I got excited about this thing here. Oops, well, you know, I don't think it's used, but that definitely is. What the heck is that thing? Glasses. People trash the dangest things, don't they? I know I pulled it from behind the leaves, under leaves. Heck, there's a rounded off rock going way up here. I'm looking at the edges. No evidence of being a napping rock or something, but I could be surprised. What do we have here? Reason I started the video. Looks like somebody might have shoplifted something. Tampering will break glass and cause ink to leak out. Please see sales associate for removal. Huh. They went through all that to steal that thing? Yeah, it's just stuff that comes out of their little storage units, nothing big. No real cool toys or anything like that. I mean, here's something I can recover. It's small enough. I forgot what that game was. What else we're gonna have out here today? Get a load of this. I totally forgot about this. Guys, it's 1:20. I'm looking around and I'm like, what's this weird haze in the sky? Why does it seem so low lit out here? Saturday, October 14th, 1:20. I totally forgot about the eclipse. No wonder there's that weird, eerie, low light out here. Ain't nothing like cleaning heaven during an eclipse. Who knows what's going to happen? But I know for a fact I'm not the only one cleaning in this world of ours during an eclipse. Look at that low light. Good thing I remembered. Dang, how am I going to add this to the bag? You talk about weighing a ton. Look what I just found. I thought it was an old school cowbell at first. It's not. It's part of heavy machinery, like earth movers and stuff, like backhoes. That's gotta be it. I think this is one of those things you have to put on and take off. What they call the teeth, I think. It's a tooth. And it has definitely been used, all right. Look at that bit. Very cool find for today. You know, it's kind of eerie to witness partial blockage that is not caused by clouds, you know. Working on bag number 4 up in this thing. Bag number 4. Well, at least it's flat. And not going to take up too much room in the 4th bag. So far the bags weigh a ton. Finally. Dang it. There's a dang blue cooler over here. I thought I saw something. Check out the hill. At least anything that's thrown down here is going to be down here. I can see it already. Because there is no climbing that. I was hoping I'd be able to get to the end. It's 1:30. It's like I haven't accomplished jack at the moment. What the heck is that? Yeah, I'm screwed for real. Dang it. Here goes about 2 hours. Quite the incline, right? What you think? Well, I knew something was bound to happen. when I lose my balance. Oh no. Now what? Man, how am I going to fill the next 5 bags with all this crap up in here? I'm going to have to be bending over the entire rest of the day. Not fair, man. Cherubs out here playing games, making me slip. I can't believe I'm going to have to pick up all this without the grabbers. It's going to take twice as long. What the heck do I get myself into? Not fair. I'm moving pretty good, actually. The more I stay bent over, the quicker I can pick things up instead of trying to grab it with a grabber. But the back is still going to pay for it, though. It is. Dang, I think I might have found that one, guys. Don't laugh. The second I got closer, I saw roundation, a curve on something. Let's hope it's fully intact, because it looks quite beautiful. It's intact. Another one added to my collection. Of course I'll never use it. Dang. Quite the masterpiece. Another one. That's quite the incline. What you think? Heck yeah, I'm climbing up here to get all the garbage and toss that stuff down. Well, the best that I can. And the stash is growing, but get a load of what I just found up on the hill. Hold on. Imagine, imagine if I fell on this thing right here. That would be a disaster. Hold on. You know it takes a lot of balance. I can't believe this thing was up on a hill. I know it's probably fake. I thought I saw something. Yeah. Don't step on that green Ziploc bag. Oops, I missed. Can't tell what's in it though. But there's one thing that caught my interest. For real. Ain't nothing like finding treasure, fake or not. Let me go and open up this thing. See what we got. The Almighty works in mysterious ways, don't they? It's a business card. But get a load of the treasure we just came across. How would somebody toss this stuff out here? And why the heck would they? Don't crap your draws. And I always said to myself, and even in the videos, how come I never find jewelry like all the other ones? I didn't even need a metal detector. I already know it's probably fake. It's just costume jewelry, I think. Gotta take a deeper look at it. It's pretty though. Welcome to heaven. I found our payment for today. I'm looking, see if there's a mark. If it says 24K, that would be something else, wouldn't it? I don't see one single mark right now. But that's alright. Treasure is treasure. Thanks a lot for that one, Almighty. Wait a minute. I want you to think about something real quick. What I always talk about in a lot of my videos when it comes to balance. The balance of everything when it comes to life. Even when it comes to proportion. Just like replacements. I have one more bag left in my pocket, which is going to be bag number 9. And we still have about 3 hours before dark. I'm going to have to go back and get more bags. You're going to say, screw that, man. You've already done a lot today. But I'm so close to the parking location. But think about this. You're going to crap y'all draws when I say this. The right pocket had to be saved for the phone and a couple other things. And the back pocket had to be saved for the headphones and some other things too. But the left pocket was loaded down with what? 9 empty garbage bags. And now my left pocket's about to be completely empty. Which means there's got to be a replacement, right? A perfect balance. Yin and yang. Backwards and forwards. The perfect thing that's going to fit in the left pocket to replace what was taken out. What you know about that? Welcome to heaven. Okay. Question. How am I supposed to handle this situation right here? You guys crazy. I took a look inside and saw something. They're still alive too. Come on, little guy. I'm just trying to get the styrofoam out of your heaven. Cute. I don't know if he's able to get out though. I mean, how's he supposed to climb out? It's going to be all slippery. Let me think about this. Oh yeah, he was stuck all right. He or she. Come on, little guy. You're free to roam. You're free to escape. This little one was stuck. He tried to climb out like 3 or 4 times and he couldn't even stretch. Let me take some pictures. Ain't nothing like helping out in heaven. Cute. Poor little guy was stuck. Let me go ahead and get him down. I'm worried that he's going to step out and roll over, tip upside down. Now that would be a disaster. Come on, little guy. I'm just going to go ahead and take a stroll around here. Unfortunately for us, there's balconies that face the woods, which means what? There's probably going to be 11 more bags worth of crap up in here. Hey, look, we're rich. Check this out. I think it's a backpack, but it's got something in it. It's a duffel bag. Probably nothing but plastic containers with nothing in it. Probably just nothing at all. Let me go ahead and open this thing up. It's been out here for a long time. Nature's taking it back, Da Vinci style. Yeah, that took a long time. There's a lot of plastic stuff in this. I don't know what it is though. Ultra mask? 1 hour liquid formula. Money back guarantee, detox industry. Oh, be careful. Let me zoom out. It's a drug addict's bag. There's needles all over the place in there. And we got some naughty DVDs too. I think I might have to blur out the last couple of seconds. You're gonna say, dude, get that thing out of the woods. It doesn't belong out here in heaven. Let me do that thing. I don't have the bags for it though. That's the last one. Number 9. No matter what, I still gotta get it out of here. Whoops, I dropped it. You're gonna say, Da Vinci, be careful. You don't know who you're gonna run into out there. Well, yeah, I know you're right. But that thing's probably been out here for a good 7 or 8 years. I'm just trying to assess the location right here. Got a few cans, not too bad. Old access road. I don't see any bottle dumps or dumping grounds from 1951, 1933. That sucks. Instead, they were dumping something else. No, I'm not going to pan the camera up for you to see it. It's a bunch of big, bulky stuff, like someone just threw it off the balcony. Yep, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. I wonder how many pipes are going to be in this batch. Man, this place is loaded down. It looks like it's mostly going to be glass. Unfortunately. Well, that was plastic. Dang it. Well, not dang it. Please don't be busted. That is a beautiful thing. Another one. Yeah, there's got to be another, I'd say 200 cans out here. This is a replica of the other side. Same kind of cans, same kind of crap. And if this one's busted, I'm going to get mad too. You're going to say, did you find another one? Yeah, I just found another one. It's over here on the right. This place even has weights like the other side did. That was a disaster. Yeah, they trashed it because it's busted. What a crying shame. I mean, I would never use these things. They're just cool objects. You already know what I got plans to do with them. The pipes. To take them out to other locations and offer them up to the natives. So we can come back hundreds or thousands of years from now and find them later. Like we're always looking for the ancient pipes, you know? Here's the end of it right here. Yeah, you're probably looking at about 3 more bags. Maybe I'll just go back and get more bags and come back and continue clean. And come back and get the bags tomorrow. What a dang crappy mess. I see engraving. Please tell me this thing's intact. Probably from the 80s, 90s. Very simple. But it's definitely worth recovering. I'm not picking that one up. There's probably wildlife underneath it, insects and stuff. All in all, it's not that bad. It's close to being very bad, but I can manage. Oh no, his face and his front is ripped off. Hitting it right again today. I mean, seriously, what should I do? Go back and get more bags? And come back and finish cleaning? Well, I'm not going to finish this part. There's no way. I mean, if people were to come out on their balconies and see me out here picking things up with my bare hands, I need something to look more legit, like my grabbers. Like I'm pulling some real community service. Maybe the next set of grabbers I'm getting, maybe I'll go ahead and spray paint them things like bright colors. Red, orange, whatever. Neon green. So I'll look more legit. But at the moment, I'm out of bags. And it's a long way back to the parking location from where I am now. And I got 5 bags to carry back. But 9 is not enough. T-ball. Man, I tell you what the heck is going on out here? This is like the 5th time I had to stop since trying to go. How did he do this, though? I know I keep asking that question. It's the weirdest thing. The stimulus within the mind. Like they're tapping you on your shoulder. Using their electricity, their static, their energy out here. 5th time I had to stop. And the second I got down here, trying to focus on getting out of here, I turned around for one single reason. How did he do that? That's what I would like to know. Gotta get that thing later. It's probably an ant bed underneath it. Bunch of carpenter ants or something. But that is weird. It's almost like that game of perspective when it comes to making you do things by their guidance. I never would have seen it until I got to one single angle, one single spot. And I get all the way down here and I stop and I turn around and I look directly at it. How? Thank you for doing what you do. I'm trying to take note of every single time you do it. Whatever you do. When it comes to everything. Beautiful. I forgot what it was like to be so burned out. I guess that's a good thing. Ain't nothing like cleaning heaven. I mean, look at that. Only have about 35, 45 minutes before full sunset. Time to take a much needed break and just chill. Get ready to pull these things out of here. That is quite the load. At least I accomplished a little bit of something today. And still coming back tomorrow. You already know, get in the bags. 7:22. If it was June, we would still have 2 hours of daylight left. What you know about that? But it's not June. It's mid-October. Please, almighty dear Lord, tell me that they're open. It doesn't look like the lights are on the inside. And there's hardly any cars in the parking lot. It's an emergency for real. What the heck am I doing in this place looking like this? Told you it was an emergency.